we go. Hey, all right. So, just like it's like 15 minutes late. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I was like this close to being on time, but yeah. What can I do? Actually, where's my phone? Crap. Oh, my phone's like right here. Duh. Going to make you less sound makey. Yeah, what's up, guys? Roll on in, roll on in, roll on in. Hey, we are talking comics, Josiah. What's up, pal? Alright, bro. Alright. What's up, Adam? Oh, new hair? No. Actually, no. I just put my hair in a ponytail. It's like, it's a lot of hair now, so I'm like doing it up. I traded my beanie for a hair tie. Yeah. Basically. Until it starts to like hit winter, yeah, I'm rocking this. See, how am I gonna do this? Cause I'm gonna like. Oh, my hair looks slick. Yeah. Wait, hold on. Yeah, that was what I actually want to do like a. There you go. All right. Oh, wait, why is everyone saying nice to? I mean, thanks for saying nice to hair, but like I've had my hair up like this before in videos. I mean, granted, I don't do like a lot of like face videos, but wait, dreads and a mullet. Oh my god. Actually, you got me thinking. Could I pull off a mullet? I mean, my dreads kind of naturally do the mullet thing if I like take this out and just kind of like let them fall back. Is this the end of the mystical green beanie going for the bishop hairstyle? You know what? You're giving me some major confidence. I might like bulk up and like actually cosplay as Bishop. Never actually read a comic with Bishop in it though. No, I take that back. I read that one Grant Morrison issue with it's like the death of Emma Frost. Where like Bishop and like some cyber chick whose name I don't know because I'm like an X-Men like poser. But yeah, like that's like the one Bishop comic I've read. No, I take that back. Do you guys remember like M-Town? Or like what was it M Street or something? Like all the mutants were like put in one little ghetto. Anybody else remember that? Or am I just crazy and like making shit up in my head, building like a continuity around like my own imagination at this point? I don't know. Bit more like Samurai Jack. Well, as one of my good friends says, I often look like fuck. I was gonna make a really clever Stevie Wonder joke, but like I forgot the name of the dude who voiced Samurai Jack. He also voiced Static Shock. Son of a bitch. Hold on a second. No. This will not stand. I will not embarrass myself like this on the internet. I mean, I already have embarrassed myself like this on the internet, but let's see. Static Shock voice actor. Phil Lamar. God damn it. How did I forget Phil Lamar's name? Jesus Christ. Big Kahuna Burger. God damn. Well, you know what? Here's my black card, guys. It's an honorary black card, but here's my black card. I mean, not an honorary black card. I'm not giving my real black card away, but just hold on to it for a little while because I forgot Phil Lamar's name. I feel bad. District X. Yes, that's what it was. That's what it was called. I knew I wasn't crazy. Well, I am crazy, but like I knew I wasn't making shit up at that point. I knew it. What's up, Teppy? How you doing, bud? Um, yeah. Thanks, Supreme. Um, my late aunt, I was like in high school, got me a bunch of like trades. Some of them were pretty cool. Some of them were distinctly her taste. But yeah, District X was really good. I'm trying to think if I still have that in this like big ass collection, which I will show you guys. Not this week. I am doing okay. So I guess might as well just be up front with y'all. I'm gonna do a massive thank you to you guys for getting us over 600 subscribers. This is really cool. I'm so glad that like I have so many people like checking us out, and we're growing as a community. I feel like that's like such a gross. I feel like a gross YouTuber now, but like like this is a community. We're chatting. It's fun. But I'm gonna do like a 600 subscriber like special where I show you guys my room, and I'm gonna show you guys my bookshelves. Because now I have 3 bookshelves worth of comics. Holy shit, it's a lot. It's a lot. A lot. But before I do that, I have to get some more supplies unexpectedly. I actually didn't know I had like as much space in my room as I had. I also forgot I had like as many books as I had, like not just comics, like straight up fucking books. Like I found a goddamn tome of like Stephen King books that like I never read. Like I don't know where the hell that thing came from. I'm not a big Stephen King fan, if I'm gonna be honest. But I guess that's like my heresy showing. I don't hate Stephen King. I just Granted, I've only read like half of The Shining, so I'm not sure if my opinion like really means that much. And I read Carrie, and I read like half of The Shining. I just maybe I have to read some other stuff. Hey, what's up, Remix? How you doing? Stephen King books tend to start really strong and then can sometimes fumble the ending a bit. Yeah, I was you guys know my buddy Jack Genocide. He's been on the show before. Actually, I'm gonna try to have him on the show a little later. Not today, but at some point in time. I just have to like figure out a discussion topic. But yeah, he's a big Stephen King fan, and he told me that Stephen King books tend to have like really crappy endings. Mystical gross YouTuber. I mean, I smell alright. Bendis made a Mexican mutant whose name was Hyde. Bendis never change. Bendis never change. I love you, Brian Michael Bendis. Oh, that's glorious. That's like legitimately funny. Jesus Christ. Do I like Cormac McCarthy? Oh, let me see who Cormac McCarthy is. Oh, author? No, I actually haven't read anything by Cormac McCarthy. I don't know who this is, but thanks for. I love how the second frequently asked question is Cormac McCarthy a nihilist? All right, well, I'm sold on that alone. I'll check out some of his stuff. Thanks for adding more crap to my bookshelf, which I can't fit. Adam says, any opinion matters as long as you don't aim to murder that person you have an opinion on. I want to challenge you to that, but I don't know how yet. So in the meantime, I'm just going to think about killing you really, really slowly. Until I figure out an answer to your question. See? There we go. Supreme, I just bought a David Michelinie and Todd McFarlane Spider-Man Omnibus for just $48. If we're talking about Spidey, I'd rather talk about good pre-Clone Saga Spidey stories. Yeah, okay, yeah. Spider-Man's... I saw that issue of the latest issue of the Amazing Spider-Man. That issue, wow, English. But yeah, I saw the what is it, like Amazing Spider-Man issue like 9 or something, that just came out. I looked at it. I like gave it a solid just the look-see. I didn't open it. I just looked at the cover. And no. No. I'm kind of broken on Spider-Man at this point. Like, I don't know. I've been broken on characters before, but Spider-Man is, like, different. Spider-Man's special. This is... I mean, on the one hand, me being optimistic, it took damn near 11 years for the Flash title to be something remotely comfortable for me. You know, not just good. I mean, like, comfortable. Something I feel welcome and at home reading, which is the current Jeremy Adams run, which is really good. And thank you, Tevia, for turning me on to it. But, like, the pessimist in me... the pessimist in me also tells me that Hellblazer ended with, like, issue 500, like, 10, 11 years ago, and Hellblazer, just, like, John Constantine as a character just has not been readable ever since. With, like, some mini-series here and there, but for the most part, just... So I don't know, man. It's weird. Sometimes we just kind of grow out of characters, you know. Sometimes a character has to evolve into something that we, the reader, don't recognize, or we, the reader, don't want that character to turn into. We can't, like, fight it because that evolution is necessary for that character's survival or cultural relevancy. You know, I talked about that in my video where I discussed why I think John Byrne kind of ended up saving the character of Superman in the 80s, post-crisis, because I'm not a fan of the Silver Age. I know that's heresy. I know a lot of people, like a lot of diehard Superman fans, but very peacefully and very calmly skin me alive and then set fire to my muscles and tendons and crucify me on a giant Superman statue, and crown me with a crown of thorns laced with Zack Snyder's pubic hairs. I know that. I know that a lot of Superman fans would feel that strongly about me saying that I don't like Silver Age Superman. But, you know, I do think the character had to evolve to that kind of, you know, patriarchal, like, fuddy-duddy in order to remain relevant in the public eye. And I talk about that in that video. And then the character of Superman kind of weirdly loops back around to what he was back in the like, 1940s. in like, you know, late 30s. So, but you know, characters just sometimes have to evolve. John Constantine is one of those characters where, I guess, in order to stay relevant, he can't be that grounded, gritty, like kind of removed from like all the superhero stuff, action that he was originally intended to be. Well, not originally intended to be, because John Constantine comes from like Swamp Thing, and Swamp Thing comes from. But you know what I'm saying, you know, like the Jamie Delano, the Garth Ennis, you know, that John Constantine, that character is gone, and it's probably not coming back for a very, 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 very long time. Because he can't. John Constantine has kind of evolved into this discount version of Doctor Strange, and I guess that's just what the market wants, and that's what John Constantine's going to have to evolve into to have some staying power or longevity. And I bring all that up because I feel like that's what Spider-Man is kind of morphed into. I feel like Spider-Man is one of those characters where I don't like the post One More Day Spider-Man. I don't like the Dan Slott era Spider-Man. I don't like the Christos Gage era Spider-Man. I don't like big time superhero. I'm gonna traverse the multiverse and thwip thwip boom boom. Look at my Spidey lenses, zoom zoom, and I'm gonna hang out with multiversal variants of myself. And you know, it's a big Michael Bay superhero actiony. Look at me, it's No Way Home for me. I don't like that version of Spider-Man. It's not my take. I feel like that just kind of makes Spider-Man a discount version of Superman. But I think it's what the market is demanding at this point. Which is unfortunate for me in like a selfish kind of fanboy way, but I mean, if that's what people want from Spider-Man, and if that's what turning Spider-Man, or if turning Spider-Man into that is going to give the character like staying power, or you know, a sense of like longevity, if that's what the experts at Marvel think is going to help Spider-Man stay relevant, then you know what, I guess that's just where the character is, and your boy Beanie and Spidey are gonna have to take a break. A long break. It's unfortunate, but that's what happens. Be like that. Yeah, Wally West is the Flash again. Actually, sorry, let me move this. Fuck. Yeah, Wally West is the Flash again. Yeah, you're right. 300, not 500. I don't know where I'm getting 500 from. I keep saying 500. Yeah, if it was like Hellblazer 500, that means the run would have continued until like the year 2030 something. Supreme, even if they're not married, why not write MJ well? Because I feel like she's a great supporting character with a rich backstory. Why try to make her unlikable? Why do constant character assassinations on her? I can't answer that for myself. I don't know why they do that, but one possible answer is that people in editorial just don't like Mary Jane Watson. No, that's been like a consistent problem since the 90s. I really feel like after Peter and MJ got married, a lot of creators just didn't know what to do with the character of Spider-Man, because you know, a lot of creators at that time saw Spider-Man as the kid. So having the kid grow up and get married, it kind of contradicts that image of the child, the kid, you know. So, what do? You make his wife a bitch, and you make her unlikable, so that readers don't want to see her around. Well, there's that reading, but there's also another reading which I would argue is probably more accurate, and it's just that I don't think a lot of these writers know how to write a female character. Could just be that. Could just be something as simple as that. Remix says, a character like Spider-Man is almost too big for his own good. It's more about IP maintenance at this point rather than good storytelling in comics. True. But a lot of characters have that. And Spider-Man is not alone. I think Batman definitely has that problem. Superman has that problem. There's a whole host of characters that have that problem. But Spider-Man, you really feel it more, I guess, just because it's been a real dearth of great Spider-Man content the past 20 years or 30 years. No, not 30 years. Definitely the past, 10 or 15 years. There's been a dearth of great Spider-Man content compared to Superman, who has, peaks and valleys. Although I would argue more peaks in recent years than valleys. Same with Batman. Batman's had way more peaks than he has valleys at this point. But I would also assume that would be the case if you overexpose some of these characters. Of course, there's going to be good content. There's 800 books coming out every couple weeks. At least one of them's going to be good, right? Spider-Man done so much that he gets a pass for being subpar in runs. I feel you on that. At least how the 40 to 60-year-old fans think. Oh, with Peter having to be a kid and all that, yeah. There's a lot of people who I run into at comic shops who, when they describe Spider-Man, and this is specifically that age range you're talking about, a lot of people I've met in that age range, and I'm sure it's not all of them, but an alarming amount of them, I'll say, at least the people I've met, they all describe Spider-Man as being a child. He's a kid in a world full of superheroes. Even though Spider-Man hasn't been a kid since 1968, but sure. Spider-Man's a weird character. I feel like he's unfortunately been crystallized in what many people assume to be this golden period of 1962 to 1968. I mean, it happens with a lot of big characters, Superman has that. A lot of Superman fans can't look beyond the 70s and 80s. Actually, I take that back. I feel for Superman fans in particular, comic book fans, because there's a difference between the general audience and comic book fans. I feel for Superman comic book fans, a lot of our ideal visions of what Superman is and should be is what we grew up on, or what we were introduced to. I definitely have that with sort of super that 2000 that early 2000s era. That's how I see Superman. That's how I was introduced to the character, through that Ed McGuinness Superman Batman World's Finest era. That's my Superman. But that's because I grew up in that era reading comic books. just like I know a lot of Superman fans who are like in their 40s who Superman is like what he was in the 90s in the Triangle era. Just like I know a lot of people who are a little younger than I am. For them, Superman is that Jeff Johns period, like that new Krypton era. So that's like what it is for like comic book Superman fans. But I feel like a lot of pop culture fans, Superman's kind of split. He's either Christopher Reeve or Henry Cavill. So yeah, that's so yeah. I mean, there's that. But characters who are like really popular often get crystallized, and that's unfortunate. I kind of want to do a video talking about popularity and how popularity can lead to character death, like inadvertent character death. That's like a whole video for another topic. I could go for hours on that. If I'm like unfiltered. Let's see. Remix says Spider-Man ran into the illusion of change problem at Marvel. He had developed beyond that point by getting married, so writers regressed him to that again. Yeah. Which is just really sad. Like, the Marvel... Okay. And I say this in my Ultimates videos. Which... Okay, yet again, I am rewriting my script analysis for Ultimates 2. That's gonna be like a really dense video. I hope I'm not like building too much like expectation and hype behind it, because I don't want it to be this like thing that can't live up to expectation. But I do want it to be like as good as it possibly can, or can be, much rather. But the thing I kind of like saying that is, and I say this in my retrospectives for the first two parts of the first Ultimates. The Marvel Universe is kinetic. DC is mythology. It's kind of this evergreen kind of thing. I mean, characters do progress in the DC Universe, but like for the most part, these characters are eternal enough to the point where even if you do introduce new concepts, new ideas, new characters to the mythos, all you're doing is really growing what's there. You're not really changing too much of the DNA of what it is. But that is what the Marvel Universe is supposed to be. The Marvel Universe is supposed to live on change, constant change, kinetic. It's supposed to be, this living, breathing organism almost. And you're supposed to see these characters go through radical changes in their lives. Because the Marvel Universe is not a pantheon like DC is. The Marvel Universe is a soap opera. Thus, you're supposed to watch these characters grow. And the Marvel Universe at large hasn't been that for a while. Unfortunately, I suspect a large part of that is due to synergy with the MCU and trying to keep the Marvel Universe somewhat like familiar. But it could also just be a situation very similar to Spider-Man, but like on a grand scale. People just kind of come in at a certain point who are fans of what they grew up with as a kid, and they just want to keep those characters and this universe locked into their idealized version of it from when they were like 9 in 1982 or something like that. So there's always kind of that problem, and Spider-Man definitely has that. But I don't know. I think in a weird way that you can get away with that with DC characters, because DC's omniverse, or whatever the fuck they want to call it these days, is so flexible, so vague. You can write stories out of continuity all day long. It doesn't matter. But Marvel is this like, it ain't that. If you're coming in to write Spider-Man and you grew up on a Peter Parker who was like, you know, a teaching assistant who was, you know, just swinging it all around town, and you try to jump into like writing Spider-Man like now, look, man, in like 1980 or whatever, when Peter Parker was like a TA, he was like 22. Peter Parker had his 10-year high school reunion in 2004. Now, this man is being very generous with it. At least 30. At least 30. So, come on, man. You can't write Peter Parker the same way that... you can't do that. It's just not possible. I mean, it is possible. They're doing it right now. It just fucking sucks. Supreme Omega, the writers and editors who dislike the Spider-Man marriage all seem to have the Peter Gwen shippers. Yeah, it's like they view Gwen as this perfect wife, while they see every other love interest as pretenders, which is weird because, like, I'm not sure if you guys have like gone back and read, you know, some of the Ditko and Stan Lee and John Romita Sr. era Spider-Man comics recently. Gwen Stacy's a bitch, right? Like she's like very annoying. Like Gwen Stacy, you know what's weird? Gwen Stacy is like almost kind of MJ from the Raimi trilogy. Just a little bit. You know, she's a beauty queen, like a high school beauty queen. So when she gets to college, and you know all the guys are like fawning over her, she's like, "Oh yes, of course, yes, bask in my gloriousness because I'm blonde and beautiful, and look at me, I'm Gwen Stacy." But Peter Parker is like the one guy who doesn't do that because he's worried about other things. Namely his aunt and people trying to kill him every couple minutes. So Gwen Stacy like basically has a whole I can't remember which issue it's in. It might be the Master Planner issue where, you know, like Peter lifts the giant structure off of him. It might be earlier than that. I don't remember. But yeah, no, like Gwen Stacy basically just like approaches him, smacks her hand on Peter's desk and says, "Listen here, I like you, and I want you. We can do this the easy way, we can do this the hard way. The choice is yours." She basically pulls a Fleece Johnson on Peter Parker, and Peter's like, what? What's happening? Like, no, Gwen's like really kind of like a crazy person in those early issues. Although, to be fair, every woman in the Stan Lee era of Spider-Man is crazy. And every man is also crazy. You know, I think just everybody is crazy in the Stan Lee Spider-Man book. Just when Stan Lee's writing that book, especially with like Steve Ditko, that is like a psycho soap opera. Nobody acts like a person in that book. Like they're all like weird psychotic parodies of people. It's weird. It's so weird. But I love it, but it's weird. Absolutely bizarre. And if you read past that though, MJ is like 1,000,000% more interesting than Gwen is. I'm sorry, she is. I don't know where this like whole Saint Gwen Stacy thing comes from. Like she's, I don't know. MJ was like the better love interest by far, but whatever. Remix says Superman on film definitely has the crystallization or the crystallized problem. A lot of people still still expect everything to be like Christopher Reeve. Yeah, and that is a problem, I feel. And it's a problem that like a lot of characters are gonna face in the coming years. Iron Man's gonna face that problem really hard, isn't he? I know he is. Oh my god, it's gonna be so annoying. I'm already seeing people who like come in like comics shops kind of like freak out and go like, why isn't Tony Stark dating Pepper Potts? But like they're holding a Iron Man trade paperback from like 2005, and it's like, okay, well, Pepper never really dated Tony. Like, Pepper was married to Happy Hogan for like 30 years. Happily, well, not happily married. She cheated on him like twice. But, you know, they were married for a long time. I mean, Tony and Pepper did like sleep with each other during the Dark Reign era, where Tony's on the run from the government because Norman Osborn's in control of Hammer at that point. But nah, like Tony and Pepper were like never a thing in the comics. That's like strictly a movie thing. I would argue Pepper Potts isn't really that important of a character in Iron Man comics. She's really not. She's important to like the 60s stuff, but like once you get to like the 70s, like Pepper's not really around. I think Pepper comes back with Happy in like the 90s during Heroes Reborn, but after that, I mean, she's there. Okay, she is there during that Secretary of Defense era. I think Mike Grell is the one who like brings her back into the book properly, but yeah, no, like I'm really trying to think. When was the last time Pepper Potts was like consistently in the Iron Man comics? Cause I think she like dips after Fraction's run. I think she dips after Fraction's run. I don't think she's been in Iron Man since then, has she? Yeah, I don't know, man. That's weird. But yeah, no, definitely like once characters hit film, once they hit like once they become like really popular, I feel like that's when they like kind of crystallize, and it's hard to really progress them from there. Remix says that popularity video leading to character death sounds like a great idea. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, it does happen to a lot of characters, I feel. Supreme says, on Jerry Conway, in an interview, he said the only reason that people care about Gwen is her death. Do you agree? 1,000,000%. There's no denying that. I don't think there's any disputing that. Gwen's just not a good character, man. Like, well, okay, she's not a bad character. She's just not. She's a Stan Lee girlfriend, you know? She's just kind of there. You know? Jerry Conway also talks about that, too. Like, doing anything with, like, a Stan Lee girlfriend is, like, I don't know, they're not all that interesting. I mean, Frank Miller brought one of the Stan Lee girlfriends back in Daredevil Born Again, and he made her, like, a junkie porn star. So, like, there's that. Remix says, the comic series Invincible by Robert Kirkman really delivered on the potential of a character like Spider-Man. You see the character's journey from high school all the way to the end, and it's great. I agree. Yeah, Invincible is a great proof of concept of what you can do when you let characters grow and change. You know, I think whenever somebody says that you can't make a character relatable if they grow up too fast, or if they like progress beyond, you know, the realm of what's like popularly identifiable, just point to Invincible, because Invincible is a prime example of how you do that properly. God damn it, I wish I still had my Invincible trades. I got like all of those for like $2 at a bookstore. And I gave them all away. God damn it. I should have done that. But yeah, no, Invincible is like the perfect like example of watching a character grow and change. You know what? Invincible might be the best Spider-Man book we've had the past 20 years. Because Invincible delivers on the promise of what Stan Lee and Steve Ditko kind of started with Spider-Man in 1962 or 3 or whatever the fuck. We watch Mark Grayson be this like powerless dorky kid in high school, and then he gets powers, and then he has a call to action, you know, with trying to be like his father. I mean, it's different for Spider-Man obviously, but like still same kind of like trope, same kind of gimmick. Powerless kid in high school gets superpowers and becomes a superhero. And then we watch Mark grow and change and go through like real tragedy and like overcome tragedy. And again, like much like Spider-Man, Invincible is not a superhero comic. I mean, it is a superhero comic in the sense that, like, you know, going off to space and fighting aliens and blah blah blah, but Invincible is, it's not a superhero book. It's a family drama. You're watching a story about the life and times of the Grayson family. You know, you're watching this tragedy, you know, unfold and unfurl, but also like kind of blossom into like something beautiful in places here and there. When, you know, you get Mark's little brother and like Oliver, you know, when you get to see Mark become a father, but like there's a price to it because he never gets to watch his daughter grow up properly because he misses the first 3 years of her life. There's a lot of really interesting things in Invincible. You see Mark get raped, like it's, and you really see how him and Eve deal with that in what that takes place over a long while. Like Anissa rapes him like after Eve dumps him, and then like that's like an issue that's sprinkled over the course of like I think like 20 or something issues, right? Like, no, that Invincible is the best Spider-Man comic ever. It just is. Because unlike Spider-Man, we get to see Mark Grayson like grow and change and go from being a kid into being a man. That was the mission statement of Spider-Man, you know. And it's kind of the thing that like irritates me about, I guess, pop culture's interpretation of Spider-Man and what Marvel's kind of kowtowing to with the pop culture interpretation of Spider-Man. Spider-Man is not the story of a kid being a superhero. Spider-Man is the story of a boy becoming a man because he's a superhero. And Invincible just kind of like takes that idea and runs with it until you can't run with it any further. Like, we literally end with Mark like being an old man with his wife and children. It's the perfect Spider-Man book. I don't know. But yeah, thanks for bringing up Invincible Remix. That's a really good point. Supreme says, my hair. Well, that's not what Supreme says. But Supreme says, on the Raimi trilogy, MJ's portrayal is a core reason why I don't think that trilogy aged well. Raimi turned MJ into a variation of Gwen and Liz. Pre One More Day MJ is great. I agree. Pre One More Day MJ is one of my favorite supporting characters in all of comics. Yeah, no, I like MJ is one of my favorite characters of all time. She's one of my favorite love interests in comics. God, God, I love MJ. Is it Amazing Spider-Man 252? That issue where Peter and MJ are like talking about their respective past and how MJ always knew that Peter was Spider-Man. I think that's Amazing Spider-Man 252. No, it's not 252. Shit. What? 282? No. What's the MJ issue? Hold on. This freaking me out. I thought I knew this. What the hell? Oh, 259. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's a really good issue. Yeah, All My Past Remember. Yeah, there we go. Really good issue if you guys haven't read it. I think it's collected in The Birth of Venom. Because I would assume it's a pretty pricey book to get your hands on right now. But yeah, Amazing Spider-Man 259 is one of my favorite single issues of any comic book ever. It's really good. Yeah, alright. Well, on that note, I guess, as the title suggests, we're going to organize my long boxes, because I'm going to go through some of these bad boys and see what's in here that I want to keep and what's in here that I'm just going to part with. Because I have I have a lot more room in this current space that I have than I originally thought I did, but nowhere near as much as I thought. So just gonna move stuff around, and I'm gonna pop open these long boxes. We're gonna see what's in my see what's in my long boxes. See what is worthy of staying, and what shall be banished to a charity organization, or maybe eBay. I don't know. I don't know yet. But crack these bad boys open and see. All right. So first long box. What do we got here? Oh my god. Okay. First of all, this bad boy's backwards, so holy crap. There's a lot in here. Alright, well, let's see what's in here, alright? First, speaking of Amazing Spider-Man, we have Amazing Spider-Man issue 35. This is actually 476. This is the this is the conversation issue where Aunt May is talking to Peter about Peter being Spider-Man and how he lied to her for 30 years. Either that or it's the issue where she finds out. Okay, yeah, alright. This is the issue where she finds out. Alright, never mind. Still a really good issue, though, because this is where Peter finds out how to beat Morlun, and he, just absorbs a fuck ton of radiation and, just beats him to death with it. Alright, that's a really good issue. I'm gonna keep this, just because it's, a really, cool key issue. It's where Aunt May finds out that Peter's Spider-Man. I'll keep that. Captain America #1 by Rick Remender. What do you guys think? This is a keep or not? I don't know. I like Rick Remender's run on Captain America, but I don't love it. It's not a thing that I'm super, I don't know, religious about. I mean, I have his run and trade. And I don't think I have the issue where Falcon becomes Captain America. So it's kind of like useless. So, fuck it. I'll put you in the giveaway pile. Alright. Oh, okay. Jeff Lemire and Greg Smallwood's first issue of Moon Knight. It's really good. And I have all the trades for it, and I like this cover. This cover's boss. It gets to stay. I forgot I had this. This is Superboy leaving, like kind of like running away from home. I read this when I was a little kid, but like I never. This might be one of my dad's, actually. Yeah, I could totally see my dad having this. I'm gonna face all my comics like this, so I know that I've already kind of like looked through it. The fuck is this? Teen Titans. Bro, what is this? I don't remember buying this. It's a cool cover. I mean, like, all these George Perez covers are great. Yeah, Classic JMS. Yeah, for that Spider-Man issue, yeah. Supreme says, the ultimate sin of One More Day, Brand New Day is not retconning the marriage. Is not just retconning the marriage in a lazy way, but essentially erase decades of development for all the supporting cast, not just Peter. Yeah, that was a big problem. Definitely for Aunt May. I really love this issue and the conversation, which I think might be issue like 36 or 37. But yeah, it's like really unfortunate how all that progress that was made with Aunt May gone. Goodbye. Like, just, damn, dude. Also, like, a lot of the development that Flash Thompson had is gone. Harry Osborn coming back from the dead is stupid. Just, I don't know, man. Just... And I feel really bad because Nick Spencer was left kind of like trying to pick up the pieces and make sense of everything, but like he can't. it's too much. The task is too great to fix Spider-Man at this point. Like, Jesus, dude, it's just bad. What are some of your favorite single issues? My favorite single issues. I love. I can't remember the book. I'm pretty sure it's a Detective Comics issue, but it's 24/7. Brian Boland does the cover. It's the one where you have Bruce Wayne on one side and Batman on the other, and they're both folding their arms, and the clock that acts as the entrance to the Batcave is like between them. That's one of my favorite issues. I love Amazing Spider-Man issue. Not Amazing Spider-Man. Ultimate Spider-Man issue 13. Not 13. Is it 13? It's the one where Peter tells MJ that he's Spider-Man, and like MJ freaks out and starts jumping on his bed, and Peter's like, "Shut up! My aunt's gonna come upstairs." And then she does come upstairs, and Aunt May thinks that Peter and MJ were junking. I love that issue. I think that's great. Bendis at his best, which is why I guess like I have such a high bar for Brian Michael Bendis, and why just a lot of the stuff he's put out recently has just been such a disappointment for me. Entire issue of just nothing but dialogue and teen drama. Beautiful. One of my favorite issues in comics of all time. Let's see, what's another single issue that I can think of? The final issue of Joe Kelly's run on Superman is really good. It's the Merry Christmas issue. That's a really good issue. The Russian Roulette issue for Daredevil is also great. Trying to think. The Hellblazer story where one of John's friends, who's a junkie, winds up. This is like one of the friends that was like there for the Newcastle incident. He winds up being infected with this plague demon, and John has to like basically stand by his friend's side as he dies, like the most painful death possible. That's a really good issue. Damn, this is hard. I can think of like my favorite runs in comics, but like thinking of my favorite single issue is like surprisingly difficult. Damn, I'll have to come back to that one. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm probably gonna like come across a couple in here. But yeah. Oh wait, so put up the Teen Titans. This is a cool cover, by the way. I don't remember buying this at all though. But yeah, like, the fuck is this? Yeah, I don't know what this is. Bizarre. Although I've like never really read the Wolfman Perez Teen Titans, so like I don't know. All right, you know what? Goodbye. I don't like hate the Teen Titans. I'm just like I was just never a big like Teen Titans guy. Supreme says the final issue of Nick Spencer's run is Nick saying, "I'm so sorry. I tried to fight against one more day," and the editorial, "It's a losing battle." God damn. Hey. Everybody hold up your everybody hold up your beer. Everybody hold up, like, it's not a real beer, it's not a real drink. Just, hold up something like, in it's symbolic. Hold up a symbolic drink. Just pour it out. Pour one out for Nick Spencer. My man's tried. My man's really tried. God damn it, I broke my metaphorical glass against my thigh. But dude really tried. I feel really bad for him. God damn it. Nick Spencer deserved better. Nick Spencer deserved way better. Since you mentioned it, what are some of your favorite runs? Actually, I can name you my top 5 comic book runs of all time. Number 1 is Grant Morrison's run on Batman. Number 2, coming just like right behind it, is Bendis and Malev's run on Daredevil. Number 3, I'm trying to do these in order, but I'm not sure if I can do that. Number 3 might end up being Klaus Janson and Frank Miller's run on Daredevil. Number 4 is definitely Jeff Johns' run on The Flash. Well, Jeff Johns' first run on The Flash with Wally West. And number 5 would probably be... I'm trying to think what number 5 would be. I'm fighting myself. I want to say Grant Morrison's run on New X-Men. Um, but I also, I also want to say Joe Kelly's run on Deadpool. Fuck, man, I don't know, man. That's hard. I guess I'll say top 6. Joe Kelly's run on Deadpool, and Grant Morrison's do X-Men. So yeah, I really like those runs a lot. Those are my favorites. Oh, and Grant Morrison's run on JLA. Yeah. I'm also a big fan of Mark Waid's run on The Flash. I think Mark Waid... I've said this before, but I'll say it again because it bears repeating. Mark Waid's run is criminally underrated. I don't think people value just how much legitimate world building Mark Waid did when working on The Flash. Okay, literally everything that people know and love about The Flash comes from Mark Waid's run in the 90s. Everything. The Speed Force, The Flash being kind of like a Spider-Man-y kind of character, like a jokey kind of character. A lot of that comes from Mark Waid. Even Flash being kind of a tragic character. I mean, there's always been tragedy in the Flash books, especially since the death of Iris West. But that whole I'm just a small fry messing with the big wigs now, that whole thing that a lot of creators do with the Flash currently, that comes from Mark Waid. That comes from Mark Waid. So no, I don't know. Mark Waid's run is extremely underrated in my opinion. Josiah says Spencer's Spider-Man run was still leagues better than Slott's. Yeah. Supreme, since we're being positive, what are your favorite Spidey stories and runs? I really like Tom DeFalco's run on Amazing Spider-Man. I think that's really cool. Straczynski, definitely. Bendis's run on Amazing Spider-Man from issue 1 up to 160 is really good. The book really starts to kind of fall apart once you get past 113. After the Ultimate Clone Saga, the book kind of starts to fall into that self-referential kind of kitschy TV show that's been going for a little too long kind of syndrome. And then you really start to feel that with Ultimate Comics Ultimate Spider-Man, with A World According to Peter Parker and all that. But yeah, issue 1 to 160 is that's legit. I think Ultimate Spider-Man is my favorite Spider-Man run period. Yeah, I'll go that far. Again, I love the Stan Lee, Steve Ditko era, and that's not just because it's classic. I legitimately think that run is really good. I think Stan Lee's run on Amazing Spider-Man from issue 1 to issue 50 is legitimately some of the best superhero comics you'll ever read. I feel that strongly about it. Because you see Peter Parker really grow as a character. And that's why what I was talking about earlier with Invincible, and why I feel like Invincible really kind of takes, it picks up that dropped ball that Spider-Man just kind of fumbled and runs with it. Peter Parker was a character who was all about growth and, progress. Um, and I really think Amazing Spider-Man issue 1 to issue 50 like illustrates that perfectly. You really see Peter Parker go on like a 50 issue character arc. It's really good. It's really well handled. Um, Remix says Mark Waid is basically to the Flash what Chris Claremont is to the X-Men. Oh hell yeah, 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 buddy, definitely. Um, yeah. You have no idea how right you are. Um, Adam says my favorite 5 comic book runs ever: Grant Morrison's Animal Man. Okay, Roger Stern's Spider Man. I haven't read that. Jamie Delano's Hellblazer. Yeah, yeah. You know what? I take it back. I take it back. I love Joe Kelly's Deadpool. I love Grant Morrison's Doom Patrol. Number 5, my favorite comic book runs of all time, Garth Ennis's Hellblazer. Garth Ennis's Hellblazer. Yeah. So, yeah. Batman by Grant Morrison, Daredevil by Bendis and Malieve, Flash by Jeff Johns and Scott Collins, Hellblazer by Garth Ennis, and Daredevil by Frank Miller and Klaus Janson. All right, there's my amended top 5 list. But yeah, No Game in Sandman. I still haven't read that. I still have to read that at some point. And Alan Moore's Miracle Man, which I still haven't finished. Hopefully Marvel reprints those like next year, so I can like check those out properly. I have the first couple issues of that in like a trade around here somewhere, but I don't know where it is at this point. Supreme says on Wally West Flash, I recommend William Menser Loeb's run. He introduced Linda Park and wrote the coming out story for Pied Piper. Really? I thought that was Mark Waid. Interesting. I know it came out like the same. Okay, I know that issue came out the same month as the issue where North Star came out as being gay, and it's night and day. One of them is an example on how to properly handle a character's coming out, and the other is just an ass fired of like shit cringe. Guess which one is which? No, I'll tell you. The North Star one is the shit cringe, and the Pied Piper one is the one that's like handled with like grace and maturity. And it's like actually a good story. That North Star issue was terrible. Jesus Christ. When North Star is I'm not like a big like, Alpha Flight guy, but like North Star's fighting some dude, and the guy's like, "No, see, my son has AIDS and I have to kill him because blah blah blah, evil and Christianity and satanic panic because it's the 80s and we care about that shit now." But like North Star starts fighting him and he's like, "No, but you don't understand. I know the plight of the homosexual because I am the homosexual." That issue's so bad. So bad. I mean, they tried. They really tried. An attempt was made. It was just very, very poor. Yeah. Hey, man, but a real A for effort. Yeah, that Flash issue where Pied Piper comes out is really good. And like legitimately, like Pied Piper is like one of my favorite characters because of it. Let's see here, what else I got? Oh, goody. I have Detective Comics issues 1001 through 1004 with the Arkham Knight. You know what? This is fun. This was like actually a fun like little story. I liked the Arkham Knight in here. It's basically like the little girl who was raised by the Arkham inmates and like sees them as her like psycho aunts and uncles. I think that's kind of cute. No, I like this issue. I'll keep it. Oh wow. All right. The Flash. Blitz. This is the conclusion to Jeff Johns' run. I was just talking about that. It's my favorite running comic. I think this is the final issue in Jeff Johns' run, right? No. This is the issue where Jeff Johns puts the genie back in the bottle and he has I didn't know this was a wraparound cover. That's awesome. Hold on. Yeah, see this? It's a wraparound cover. That's really cool. I also opened like a really cool page. This is a page I opened too. Scott Collins is like hands down my favorite Flash artist. I mean like 90% of that's just like pure nostalgia. But he just has such a way with like illustrating power and speed. It's just I don't know. I love Scott Collins a lot. I think my favorite Flash artist might actually be Brian Buccellato. Not Brian Buccellato. He's a writer. Francis Manapul. Francis Manapul might be my favorite Flash. My favorite Flash artist, but when I think of the Flash, I just inherently think of Scott Collins. This is just pure Flash to me, baby. So good. I'll give this up. I have the entirety of the Jeff Johns run on the Flash over there in my bookshelf. I don't need this. Unless this is like the introduction of like Professor Zoom, in which case I will be that dork who like keeps the first appearance, and it's not. So like I don't need it. I'll let some like kid read it. You know, I'll give it up. Oh, Action Comics Rebirth. Oh, I fucking sealed this bitch up. God damn it. Oh, Patrick Zercher did the art for this. Okay. I like Patrick Zercher's art. This is a great Superman cover, too. Like, holy shit, that's amazing. Look at that, guys. Yeah, that's really cool. Alright, I'll keep this, too. Why not? Oh. This is a time to count down. I don't think I want to keep this. I like Kurt Busiek, but like, do I want? I don't know. That whole countdown era was not good. Yeah, I can part with this. I don't need it. It's a cool cover. Like Titano on the Titano's got like Jimmy Olsen in his jaws. Cool cover, but yeah, I don't know. I can live without it. Batman and the Outsiders, issue 1. Not like, you know, old Outsiders, like, you know, the the reboot by Dixon. I can part with it. Let's see. Justice League of Europe. Okay, this is actually like a really fun issue. I'll keep that. Why not? Let me go back real quick. Adam says, in my opinion, the last best run or story on Spider-Man was Jeff Loeb's Spider-Man Blue. Don't know if that counts. I mean that counts, I guess. It's cool. I like Spider-Man Blue. It's not one of my favorites, but I really like Tim Sale's art. Supreme, on Jerry Conway's Amazing Spider-Man run, what are your criticisms of his run? Is it because he was a 19-year-old fan trying to imitate Stan Lee's writing? Well, I didn't know he was that young, but damn, that makes sense. Jerry Conway knew exactly how to handle a lot of the like college drama in the Spider-Man book. Probably because he was like 19 at the time, and like going through some of that himself. But all the superhero stuff in that book was like just kind of not great. The best way that I can describe Jerry Conway's run on Amazing Spider-Man is that, for better or worse, The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is the perfect adaptation of that era. The human drama is really compelling, and then there's just everything else is just like, what the fuck is happening? That's how I feel about Jerry Conway's run on Amazing Spider-Man. Great human drama, great relationship drama. Everything else, what the fuck, dude? He does a way better job when he does the Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man book, but nah, bro, not great. Oh, holy crap. This is Tom King Batman. This is that 2 issues special where Tom King basically rips off that 1 issue of Joe Kelly's run on Superman, where Superman and Wonder Woman get caught fighting a never-ending battle in Asgard. And Tom King basically just like poaches that story for this. I mean, it's really good, but you know, I don't know. I have most of Tom King's stuff in trade anyway, so I can part with it. Cold Days. Shadows of the Past. This is actually a really good issue, Shadows of the Past. Where it's Matt Wagner. It's Matt Wagner doing a really good like little team up story with Nightwing and Bruce. This is really good. I'm in the minority. I like Tom King's Batman run for the most part up until you get to like the Nightmares arc. That's when I think the run starts to fall apart. But for the most part, I like Tom King's run. I like it a lot more than most people. Do I have like most of Tom? Do I have like most of the? Oh damn! I think I have like the whole run on Tom King's Batman. Holy shit! Let's check real quick. This is the finale. I think this is the finale. Pop it open. Yeah, this is the finale to Tom King's Batman. And I liked it, honestly. I like how Tom King's whole run is basically okay. This is me kind of like stealing this from Steve Baxi, but like, I mean, he's right. If Grant Morrison's whole run on Batman was essentially Bruce Wayne experiencing a midlife crisis and going through a messy divorce, Tom King's run is the sequel to that. You know, Tom King's run was Bruce really asking himself, okay, I'm doing this, and I've been doing this thing for like most of my adult life, but like I'm not really happy. Like, I do it because I feel like I have to do it, but it is kind of macabre, right? But do I deserve to be happy? That's kind of thing. Like, I don't know. I really like how Bruce is asking himself those questions. I don't know. This some of this reads very well after Morrison, but some of it just doesn't read well at all because of just, I don't know, dropped character plots due to editorial not having faith in Tom King, unfortunately. But yeah, no, overall I like Tom King's Batman a little more than most people. But hold on a second. I'm actually very curious now. Do I have the entire thing? All right, let's check. I have 85. Oh, this is like all out of order. Holy crap. Oh man, do I like not have 84? And I don't think I do. Crap, I think I'm missing a whole crap ton of books here. Damn. Cause then it just goes to like 75, 76. 78, 77, 74, 73, 72, 71. Alright, so let's see. 85. 78. We have 75, 76. Yep. 74, 75. Do I have 74 at all? Yeah, 74, 73, 72, 71, 70, 60, 69. Oh, this is like that Detective Comics issue. There we go. Missing. Okay. 80. Oh, 79, 80. 81, 82. 83, 84. Okay. Hold on a second. I think we might be doing good. I need like a little thing to like stop this little gap right there. There we go. All right. So 85, 43, 82, 81, 80, 79. 78, 77. 26, 75. 24, 73. 52, 71. 70. 69. 68. 67. Oh. I think I might be missing issue 60. Six. No, I'm missing issue 64. Damn. 63, 62, 61. 60, 59. These are like really good covers too. Like holy crap. 57. I don't have 56 either. Crap. Oh wow, but I do have the first. Oh. The first 9 issues of Tom King's Batman though. Wow, right there. Well, weird. Well, I didn't know I had this much of Tom King's Batman, but yeah, I guess if I have the whole thing, I'll keep it. Let me see. I'll go up a little bit. Adam says, I'm one of the 5 people who remembers Alan Moore's Miracle Man and who's not offended by his takes. I am dying for a delusional. I'm a dying or delusional breed. I mean, I guess most of us are then, because most people I've known who have read Miracle Man really liked it. Alan Moore's favorite writer. I get stoned to death for saying this. Really? I thought that was like a pretty conventional take. I thought most people liked Alan Moore. Alan Moore is really good. Unless like you're saying that on Twitter, in which case like, yeah, but people on Twitter are like not people. They're psychos. So just ignore them. Yeah, he does have like a really good range. A lot of his superhero stuff does not feel anything like his non-superhero material, like V for Vendetta, or even some of his like 2000 AD like Judge Dredd stuff doesn't feel like his like Superman or anything like that. Yeah, no, really good writer. I don't know who's saying that Alan Moore is not a good writer. Like, fuck him. Like, no, it's fuck him. Who cares? Oh, okay. So here's like some more Jeff Johns Flash. It's like Ignition. I can part with this. I don't need it. Cause again, I have the whole thing over there, like in trade. So like, yeah. Oh wow. I have the director's cut for the first issue of Tom King's Batman run. Cool. All right, I'll put that right there. The Supreme says, instead of One More Day, doesn't the DeMatteis Buscema Spectacular Spider-Man run deserve the gallery edition treatment? DeMatteis wrote the best interpretation of Aunt May, MJ, the Vulture, and Harry Osborn. I would love to agree, but I've never read it because it's never been put out in a collected edition. I have read The Child Within, though, and that's really good. I have no idea why Marvel has not decided to put that in trade. If that one like 5 issue story arc is any indication of what the run on the whole is like, it's a damn shame it's not been collected. Like, what is Marvel thinking? Insanity, but you know, is what it is. Josiah says my top 2 favorite single issues of all time are Avengers 34.1, The Whole World is in His Hands, and All-Star Superman number 6, The Funeral in Smallville. That's a really good issue too. Yeah, you know, I feel you. That's a really good issue. Oh wow, I forgot I had these. This is okay. You guys aren't gonna believe this. This is the entirety of the 12-issue run of Charles Soule's She-Hulk. This is really good if you haven't read this yet. And I say yet because you should and you will, because it's great. Charles Soule did a really good job with She-Hulk in this. Probably because Charles Soule is like an actual lawyer in real life, so like he knows what he's talking about in this. This is a really good run. I think Marvel just put out a like a trade that collects all 12 issues, and yeah, I got nothing else to say. Just buy it and read it. It's great. God, this book is so good. If only it didn't get canceled. If only the legions of people who are now retroactively pretending they care about She-Hulk, just like half of them, no, if like a third of them actually cared about She-Hulk, instead of just like the MCU brand, She-Hulk might have had a fighting chance, and this book would not have been a miniseries. It would have been an ongoing, which She-Hulk deserves, because she's a great character and I love her. Yeah, this is really good. Great stuff. I'm gonna keep this because I like this a lot. Let's see. Oh, okay. This is. Yeah, this is the Jeremy Adams Flash run. I got the first couple issues of this, and I finally did read it. Well, not finally read it. Like I read it like, you know, and it's kind of like not entirety, but like I caught up. This is really good. Jeremy Adams is really good on my life. Come on, man. Come on, man. You're such a good writer. Where you been my whole life, man? Just came out of nowhere and fixed the Flash. Thank God. Thank God for you, Jeremy Adams. Yeah. Thank God. Oh, interesting. Issue 50 of Tom King's run on Batman. You go right there. I'm gonna put all these over here because I know Tom King's like whole run is in here somewhere. Is Tom King's run as bad as some of the critics say? I've only read the first few trades and I haven't read it through the end. It's not nearly as bad as a lot of people who don't like it say that it is, but I don't think it's nearly as good as like a lot of people who championed it, including myself, like to claim it to be. This run has a lot of problems. I think it's really like legitimately good. I think the I Am trilogy is great. I think I Am Gotham, I Am Suicide, and I Am Bane. I think that is like legitimately some of the best comic book storytelling that Batman as a character has had in close to a decade. I really like Rules of Engagement. And I think The Wedding is really good. And I also like the 12 Angry Men story, which takes place like after that, when Batman just Rodney King's Mr. Freeze and forces a confession out of him. I think that's a really good story. But then after that, I really think Tom King starts to slurp glorp himself a bit. Starts to, yes, I'm Tom King. I have an Emmy. Yes, I'm brilliant. I do think he starts to do that. Which is why like the Nightmares arc is like so long and so drawn out and so tedious. And why also you have that whole thing where like Bruce is like Magnum PI for like 15 issues. Yeah, no, it's a lot. I think the first half of the run is legitimately really good, and then everything after that is just kind of, that's when it starts to go downhill, and then it takes a sharp nosedive after the Nightmares arc. You know who else hates One More Day? George R. R. Martin. Really? George R. R. Martin doesn't like One More Day? I'm not surprised that like George R. R. Martin like, you know, has the hot take of One More Day. I'm more surprised that George R. R. Martin like is a Spider-Man reader. Weird. I didn't know that. I didn't know George R. R. Martin read Spider-Man. Interesting. Hold on. Okay, now I have to. Hold. Okay, now I have to see. I'm not seeing it. Damn. Crap. Well, I'll look into it, but interesting. I didn't know that George R. R. Martin had like said some really positive things about Spider-Man One More Day. No idea. Weird. Oh, I do have this issue though. This is the issue 40 of Snyder and Capullo's Batman. I really just got this for the cover. I love the homage to Angel Michael slaying the demon Lucifer. I think it's a really good. It's a really good like evocative image by Capullo. This is great. I'm not the biggest fan of the Snyder Capullo run on Batman, but I think this is really good. I also feel like if you're going to have a definitive ending for the Batman Joker relationship, Endgame is the way to go. I mean, I know that we're still doing Batman Joker stories because superhero comics are superhero comics, so you just have to keep those characters going. But yeah, no, this is really good. I like this a lot. Oh, crap. I just stumbled upon a bunch of multiversity. Wow, weird. Oh, man. Multiversity's really good. Oh, wait. Yo, okay. I forgot I had the Pax Americana issue in here. Oh, that's so sweet. That's so cool. Pax Americana is like my favorite. Okay. Going back to favorite single issues. This is almost definitely one of my favorite single issues in comics. Pax Americana is brilliant. And like I don't think I can sell that enough. Like, legitimately brilliant. I mean, the entirety of Multiversity I think is brilliant, but you know, still. Also, come on, this is wonderful. This is the Thunderworld Adventures. This is Grant Morrison just doing a fun Shazam story. Easily my favorite Shazam comic in the past couple years. It's really good. Damn, I like forgot I had Multiversity in here. That's really cool. I'll keep that. Oh, Geiger. First issue of Geiger. God, Gary Frank is such a great artist. Especially with like Brad Anderson like doing the colors. Dude, this art looks so good. Yeah. Yeah, really, really, really cool. My girlfriend actually just got the trade for Geiger, so I never actually read Geiger. Just picked up this first issue because I like the cover a lot. But yeah, man, I'm probably like gonna check that out eventually. The Child Within by DeMatteis. That story is a big reason why I actually prefer Harry as the Green Goblin over Norman. I can see that. Yeah. There's a legitimate case to be made for that. This is apology. I can't stay long. Oh, okay. Good night, Tevius. Good night, man. I think issue 50 broke me with Tom King's Batman run. Yeah, you're not alone. I mean, I personally really liked it. I love that whole idea of Catwoman basically sacrificing her happiness so that Batman can continue to exist because she doesn't know if Bruce can continue being Batman if he is happy. I think that's a really interesting idea within the context of Tom King's run and Tom King's interpretation of Batman as a character. I thought it was really good, but yeah, I also get why some people just weren't a fan. Oh, Teen Titans issue 23. I don't know what's so special about this issue. I don't know why I have this. I mean, I was collecting the entire thing at one point, but it was really just because Natasha Irons was in it, and like nobody does anything with Natasha Irons anymore. But yeah, I don't know. I can part ways with it. Oh, okay. Well, now we've hit the mother load. Okay. All right. I'm not parting ways with these guys. Check this out, dude. Secret Origins stuff. A whole fuck ton of them too. Blue Beetle Secret Origin. You got like Firestorm Origin. The Crimson Avenger, who I think is supposed to be like in canon the first superhero in the DC universe. I could be wrong, but like I think he's supposed to be like, yeah, DC's first masked hero. Yeah, all right. You also have yeah, no, I'm not getting rid of these. These are really cool. If you ever read these like Secret Origin books, they're basically just like primers for like the characters. Yeah, these are really cool. I like these a lot. Some of these have like really interesting art in them too. I love this Nightwing. I love this Nightwing one in here. Like look at this. It's a little faded, but the artwork is still really good. Yeah. Alright, I'm keeping this. Oh wow. And this is Secret Origins for the Suicide Squad. Oh, Adam Strange. Yeah, bro. I'm a. Oh wow. The Floronic Man in the Guardians of the Universe. Yeah, I'm alright. All these Secret Origins I'm keeping. I'm not getting rid of these guys. They're staying in the collection. Alright. Okay, now we have all the New Age hero stuff. Silencer was a really fun book. I'll admit, I really like Silencer, but I don't think I need it. I can part ways with it. Oh wow. Oh wow. Actually, oh wow. What the hell? Okay. The Terrifics. I think this is part of the collection that my buddy got me like all those months back, but I have all this in trade. Because I wanted to read all this in trade. It's a really fun story. It was at the time it was the best Fantastic Four book on the shelves because Marvel was doing a whole thing where they were like ignoring the Fantastic Four for like stupid like film rights reasons. So Jeff Lemire basically just said, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna write Fantastic Four over at DC Comics." I mean, this is really good, but I don't know. I haven't trade already yet. Yeah. Oh hell yeah. Yo. Okay, the Tick. I got a soft spot for the Tick. I'm gonna keep these. I like the Tick a lot. Oh, cool. Annihilator. Huh. This is also for my buddy. Because I never read Annihilator, and I kept telling him about that. Okay. Yeah, alright, I'll keep this too. Oh, this is a Battle for the Planets, autographed by Alex Ross. That's really cool. I'll keep that. Let's see. Batman Black and White. It's pretty cool. It's Atomic Robo. It's a fun book. Whenever I like jump back into Atomic Robo, like I always remember how much I enjoy it. It's really good. Oh, good night, Tevya. Any opinion on Scott Snyder and or any opinion on Scott Snyder's super heavy arc with Gordon as Batman? Wasn't a fan personally, which is why I didn't review any of that stuff in my Scott Snyder Batman retrospective. Just was not a fan personally. Grrm. As a big classic Marvel fan, his first published work was technically his letter in the back of an early Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, Fantastic Four book. Who? Uh, who we talking about? Who we talking about, Willis? Kurt Busiek? No, I think Kurt Busiek had a letter shown in X-Men. He was freaking out about the X-Men going to space and how just that book isn't, or like, I guess at the time wasn't indicative of what the X-Men stood for. Unless you're talking about Conway. In which case, that would be really funny. If you ever, if you have like those Spider-Man, like Amazing Spider-Man Omnibuy, I urge you to read the letters pages because Marvel kept them in. They are hilarious. It's so bizarre. Also, shows you that comics fans from like 1962 aren't really all that different from comics fans in 2022. There's one dude in like one of the college issues. I think this was still when Ditko was on the book, where you just see like a black student on ESU campus, and in like one of the previous issues, and then someone writes in, yeah, I see it. I spotted a Negro in your issue of Amazing Spider-Man, Stan. Do you care to explain yourself? Like, yo, what the fuck? It's so funny. God, I gotta, yeah, I gotta find that. That's really funny. But yeah, if you have like those omnibuy of like classic Marvel comics, read the go back and like read the letters pages. They're hilarious. Oh, George R. R. Martin. Okay. Oh, so his first big classic Marvel. So his first public work is technically in Fantastic Four. Interesting. What issue is that? I see it on Reddit, but I don't see like what issue it was. Someone says issue 17. Oh, but there's also one from Avengers issue 12. Oh, George R. R. Martin was like writing into Marvel all the time. Oh, that's really cool. That's really cool. It's always cool to hear that like people who are like super famous were like comic book dorks growing up. That's always great. I love seeing that. Oh, okay. Speaking of being a dork, I have Justice League 3000 from the New 52. This is really good, by the way. Jesus Christ, bro. Do you remember the Arrow ad campaign with like all the shirtless dudes? None of the chicks were shirtless though. That's 1 point for sexism, I guess. You win this day, sexual inequality. You win this day. But yeah, no. This book was really fun. Yeah, it's not a lot of people read it at the time. But like a lot of people had like a sour taste in their mouth from just the New 52 existing by default. But I had a lot of fun with this book. This book's really fun. Wow, dude. The the Magic Mike Justice League cover. This is like a Dark Side of War tie-in. Oh, this is the beginning of Dark Side War. God, dude. Okay. Is this who did the art in this? This looks like Jason Fabic. Look at this Jason. Yeah. This is definitely Jason Fabic. Look at that. That's gorgeous. Holy fuck, dude. Say what you will about the New 52. Consistently amazing art in all of the books. Like, every issue was beautiful. Yeah. Beautiful and brilliant. Oh yeah, like the Matt Wagner Spirit issue 1. That's pretty cool. But I have this in trade, so I don't really need it. I can live without it. Airboy. Interesting. I feel like this is also gifted to me. I'll check this out. I'll check this out and see if I want to pursue it in trade. You can kind of blame Kurt Busiek for the reason why Gene was resurrected, because he disliked Dark Phoenix Saga as a young fan. He felt like Dark Phoenix Saga, especially with Gene's death, ruined the X-Men in his view. Well, I mean, I can kind of see that. I think the big problem with Dark Phoenix Saga... Well, not Dark Phoenix Saga itself, but I think the big problem with the X-Men at that time was a lot of the, like, weird space opera stuff that was going on in that title. Granted, I haven't read all of Claremont's X-Men in its entirety. I've read, like, a couple issues here and there. But I think the stuff that's, like, really good is a lot of the, like, human drama material. Or mutant drama material, I guess. Less so the like superhero fantastical stuff. If I'm just gonna be completely honest. But that's also like my bias. I don't see the X-Men as being superheroes. For me, the X-Men are a paramilitary, like, first response crew to mutant-related disasters. That's how I see the X-Men, but a lot of that's colored by Mark Millar's Ultimate X-Men and Grant Morrison's New X-Men. So yeah, I know I'm just not I'm a fake X-Men fan. Just putting that out there. I'm a fake X-Men fan. So yeah. Oh, sweet. Speaking of Mark Waid's Flash earlier. Yeah, this is a really good issue. Yeah. God, I love Mark Waid's Flash. Also, the art was always really good. This is like Mike Rowingo. I think. Are they gonna do the like weird thing where the credits are like all the way in the back? No, they're not. All right, cool. Yeah, Mike Rowingo did the pencils. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I'll keep that. It's cool. One and done. Oh, these are sweet. The Secret Origin, like the New 52 Secret Origins. These are really good. Especially the Superman one. This was really well done. This was by Greg Pak. And Greg Pak just had a completely underrated run on New 52 Action Comics. I think he does like Under the Skin, I think. Which is basically like Superman meets Silent Hill. Greg Pak is completely underrated. I love his run on Action Comics. He's a great Superman writer. I wish he got more to do with Superman. He's great. Yeah, it is really good. Punisher and Painkiller Jane. I forgot this existed, but it's great. Yeah, I'll keep this. That was really good. Let's see. I have the 6 issues of Batman Universe in here. Basically the book that kind of illustrates that Bendis would be perfect to write a Batman book. Especially post Morrison. Where Bendis just doesn't shy away at all from Batman kind of being like a superhero who's like immersed in the DC universe. Yeah, this is really cool. This is really cool. I have it in trade though. That's the thing. That's kind of the thing. Yeah, I can part with it. I have Deceased in here. Yeah, I'll keep Deceased. Actually, not bad. Like, legitimately not bad. So, you know, yeah, I'll keep it. Supreme says, on 70 Spider-Man, have you read Marv Wolfman's Amazing Spider-Man run? The run where Peter has an affair with a married Betty Brant leads. Not many people talk about it, but Peter hooked up with a married woman. I haven't read that. Or maybe I have. I did read this. Oh my god, I did read this. Yeah, yeah. But this is why I love Peter Parker, though. Peter Parker's a fascinating character. Not always a good person, but he's a fascinating character. Holy crap, yeah. Amazing Spider-Man 189. Yeah, I read that. God damn, dude. I kind of miss old Spider-Man. I kind of do. I, I really like it. Oh, bizarre. Hold on. I have Wonder Woman Conan in here. This is really cool. I never finished it. I never finished reading it, but I have the other issues in here. This was a fun read. And I'm not like a huge Conan fan. So I'm not sure if like Gail Simone gets the voice for Conan right or whatever, but like I had a fun time reading it. Oh wow. I also have in here Karnak issues 1 through 6 by Warren Ellis. This was very underrated. Warren Ellis, I feel like, is Marvel. Like for the longest time, he was Marvel's like I don't want to say pitch guy, but he was the guy that Marvel would go to if Marvel wanted to elevate a relatively obscure character and make that character interesting in the eyes of the general public. He did that for Moon Knight. He did that for Karnak. He did that for a lot of the Ultimate Universe characters. Like, I really like Mark Millar's run on. I feel like I have a booger hanging out my nose, but I don't want to like dig in there. But yeah, no, I like Mark Millar's run on Ultimate Fantastic Four. Warren Ellis comes in there and just straight up like whips his dick out and says, "Oh, I'm here. Daddy Warren's here. Who here's under 17?" Okay, I'm sorry, but no, still though, like Warren Ellis was, yeah, he's Marvel's guy to get if like you're trying to, you know, if you have a hard sell kind of character. Warren Ellis is the guy that like Marvel would go to, and for good reason. He's a really talented writer. Who he is in his spare time, well, you know, just not gonna think about that. But still a really good writer. And that Castlevania show is gonna just go all the way downhill after he leaves. Like this is that show has no chance. Oh wow. Oh wow, weird. Hold the fuck up. I forgot I have these. God damn, dude. This is the first couple issues, first 13 issues of the Justice League run by Jeff Johns and Jim Lee. You know what? This is a really fun book. I don't care what anybody says. This book was really fun. I mean, it is basically just like a bargain bin, like great value version of Mark Millar's Ultimates, but like I had a lot of fun with this. Also, like Jim Lee's art is fantastic. Just I'm keeping it for this alone. Like Jim Lee's art is beautiful. The New 52 Justice League book had a lot of great art. So yeah. Dark Side War. Do I want to keep Dark Side War? Yeah, I'll keep Dark Side War. Why not? It's like the first appearance of Grail. Also, like, I don't know. It's just a fun book. And it's kind of the end of that box. No, it's not into that box. I also have in here. I have Iron Man #1. This is the Bendis and Marquez run. Weird. This book fucking sucked. Which is kind of sad because I really like this armor and I really like Dave Marquez's art, but like, dude, just what a waste, man. And it's sad because like Bendis has a really good voice for Tony Stark. I feel, like I really like Bendis's voice for Tony Stark. But I don't know, dude. It just loses steam completely after a certain point. But this is still like my favorite armor in recent years. Not the modular armor. Samurai armor? No. I think it's called the shape changing armor. It's still really good, so I'll keep it for that. Plus, this cover is dynamic. Come on, this looks really cool. Alright, well, I guess this is the stuff I'll keep. I'm missing a whole heaping pile of Tom King's run on Batman. Like, holy crap, dude. What the fuck? What the fuck? But damn. Oh, that's one box down, I guess. You know what? I'm gonna like save the rest of these boxes. There's like 3 more. I'll do that in like other videos. I'll do that in like my next videos. Because this is like a lot of stuff. Like, holy crap. Oh man. Yeah, that's a lot. A lot of cool stuff in here, but yeah, it's a lot. Alright, well, I guess I'll save that for next week. Well, anyways, I am off to bed because I gotta go to work tomorrow. Thanks guys for watching. Yeah, I'm gonna make like some guac and dip. Hit the like button, you know. If you haven't already, you filthy heretics. And yeah, guys. Until next time. Adios, nachos. Adios. Wait, hold on a second. I can do that more cleanly. Adios, wait. I have to do this like my YouTuber, my best YouTuber voice, because I have like 600 subs now. I have to act like a proper YouTuber. And until next time, guys. Adios, nachos. Adios. God, I feel like a crack addict when I did that. Never mind, that's disgusting. Alright, good night, guys.